A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Jonathan Dent. And John, almost balmy out there this morning.
I know. I like the double digits, but we've been there the past couple of days. We're almost up to 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and the other key, of course, is that wind. We just don't have much of anything. But what, out of the west right now?
Yeah.
Less than 10 miles per hour?
Pretty slight, right? Well, right now out at the airport, cloudy skies, 19 degrees, and that west wind at 7 miles per hour. Midland has hit 20 degrees. Here at Radio Center, we're still at 19 as well, with a little bit of flurry activity. But yeah, that west wind at 7 miles per hour is making that 20 degrees or 19 degrees feel like 10.
Yeah.
So,
and again, that's a heat wave.
Yeah, right.
It's been just unbelievable how cold it felt over the past several days. And fortunately for us, we don't have too much longer to put up with it. We are going to be looking at some pretty chilly temperatures, maybe not so much tonight, but tomorrow night, Friday night, and Saturday. We're going to be looking at temperatures down in the single digits. And don't be surprised if Saturday night you drop down below zero, which we have seen, but not a lot in the Great Lakes Bay area. So we can handle one below zero, at least one more anyway. Then Saturday night, probably about 5 degrees. And then we move into Sunday. Temperatures are going to begin to warm up just a little bit, but not much. We're going to be looking at running probably 12, 13 degrees on Sunday nights. But then the big warm-up moves in beginning the work week next week, and that will continue. Right now, it appears as though for at least a couple of weeks, if not longer. And I say big warm-up. We are going to be looking at temperatures running anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above normal for this time of the year. So when you figure that 29 is what the average high is, so at about 10, 15 degrees, you're looking at temperatures right around 40, if not a little bit warmer, as we take a look at that long range to run right up through the end of the month. And then we are going to be looking at a little bit of a cool down as we move into the first part of February, but I don't think anything like what we have experienced here over the past few days. A lot of folks have been asking us about snow, especially in northern Michigan. But Jonathan, this morning you were in here, and I know you guys had some reports of accidents and all that stuff down in southern Michigan this morning. It was rather treacherous down there.
Yeah, more precipitation the further south you got here this morning.
Yeah, you get down toward Flint, couple inches, that was good. You get a little bit further south, down Ann Arbor, around in through there, Jackson, Highway 94 was a real mess in some spots east of the 69 intersection, which is kind of unusual.
Yeah, we're still seeing reports of light snow or flurries. Kind of Saginaw seems to be the beginning of that, and then south of there, or south of here, I should say, we see more and more light snow flurries. Nothing above that, though, right now.
Yeah. Now, up north, and I mean up north, yeah. Charlevoix, they've got about 2.5 inches of snow. No, 2.5 feet. Let me get.
I bet they wish it was.
Let me get my dot in the right spot here. Yeah, they're talking close to 30 inches of snow in Charlevoix as of right now. Beulah is looking at a foot at least. East Jordan anywhere from 14 to 18 inches, depending on where you're standing. Tawas has 8 inches on the ground. Fife Lake, Gaylord, both of them reporting 15. Gladwin has 13 on the ground. Glenny, 12. Harrisville has 9 inches. Mayo looking at 18 inches of snow. Petoskey, and we have run into a few folks that wanted to go skiing, and they told me they go skiing in Petoskey. Well, they got snow up there. They have 2 feet of snow on the ground as of about 8, 9 o'clock this morning. Standish has 8 on the ground. Traverse City, 13. West Branch has 12. And Jonathan, you mentioned something the other day, and I think a lot of folks would find it interesting, especially if they're interested in the weather and interested in things like hurricanes and that sort of stuff. That low pressure system that we had last weekend.
Yeah.
You talked to our gentleman up in the Standish area, and he was commenting on the barometric pressure.
Yeah, he called in and let us know that the readings he got at his station were as low as 28.85
Wow.
on the, yeah.
And we're looking at wind gusts of over 50 miles per hour.
Yep.
I mean, it's not exactly a hurricane. The barometer is a little deeper than that. And obviously, it has to be 75 miles per hour to even qualify as a hurricane. But that's how big that system was and how intense it was. So no surprise that we got the weather that we did. And fortunately for us, quite frankly, it wasn't colder.
Yeah.
Because if it would have been colder, those folks that would have wanted snow, they'd have got it. Because we got enough snow, but it was that heavy wet stuff. We had moisture with it and a little bit of rain, so that helped temper things just a little. We might, I don't think we will, but we could run into a similar situation as we move into the work week next week, in particular Tuesday night and Wednesday. We're going to keep our eye on it a little bit because another system is going to be heading in our direction. It appears right now as though we're going to be dominated by warm weather because our projected high temperature for Tuesday and Wednesday is 39, and our low temperature is right around 34, 35 on Tuesday night, and it'll be about the same on Wednesday. So the best guess right now, it's going to be rain. But if it's a little bit cooler, we'll have more than likely freezing rain. And if it gets a little bit cooler than that, because the system, quite frankly, hasn't really developed yet, we're working off of the pattern, off of the pathways. If it turns a little bit further to the south, we could get ourselves a little bit more snow. So we'll just have to keep fingers crossed and see what's going on. But today, some light snow. Obviously, more in southern Michigan. We'll have a glimpse of sun as we go through the afternoon. 21 is our projected high. 13 is our projected low. Tomorrow, looking at 16. 16 for a high. 1 below 0 for a low. Then Saturday with partly sunny skies, a few flurries around. 20 degrees for a high. 5 for a low. It's going to be a high pressure system over western Iowa. And that's the reason why we'll have the weather that we'll have on Saturday and the first part of Sunday. Partly cloudy skies on Sunday, 25 for a high. Cloudy by Sunday night and early Monday morning with a low of 13. And then, as we said, the warm-up starts, 32 for a high on Monday, 38, 39 degrees for a high on Tuesday and Wednesday. Chance precipitation, it'll be snow right away on Monday, but then turning into some freezing precipitation on Monday night. Then more than likely, right now anyway, just plain old rain or some ice mixed in on Tuesday. We alluded to the long range, which is much above normal with our temperatures all the way through the end of January, above average as far as the moisture goes. So it is going to be rather interesting. Coldest ever, January the 18th, 1994. 4 below 0 was our high.
Our high.
Our high.
Ooh.
17 below was our low. Now the warmest, and I'll take this one, 1996. 60 was our high. 46
Just a couple years
was ago.
difference there?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. Climate change, right? 2 years.
And
just
95 was perfectly average,
You
right?
bet. That's right. More on
That's
the
how
weather.
that works.
Yeah, more on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have?
We'll be talking with Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons. She'll start off our market report today. Then we'll head over to Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead. But first, the weather report today has been brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Hopefully you're having the opportunity, if you haven't yet, to get over to Clearwater Farms for their Organic Expo. That's going on today and tomorrow. We'll be broadcasting tomorrow from the event, but a number of featured speakers, including one or two folks from the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency will be speaking to the people today. Remember, they are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office. Downtown Reese, 989-868-4722. Who do we have up first?
Let's head on over to the Andersons, and that's where we find Melinda Sweeney this morning. Melinda, good morning.
Good morning.
How's things going, Melinda?
We're keeping our Thursday trends. Corn's up 2, beans are down 1, and wheat's down 1. We continue to try and falter on our lows here, but the market's still under some big fund pressure with big fund selling. Proven pressure of South American crops, the lingering aftertaste of last week's WASD report keeps the bears in hand this week. Definitely. The market's trying to hold at contract lows, with beans are treading the $12 watermark, and corn's trying to stay off their lows. They're still holding a massive short in the funds. We're looking for the spark in the market. Spark needs to be either a weather scare or robust on the exports, so we're not seeing either at the moment. So until we see something exciting, we could be trending lower here for the future.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of folks would like to hear that, would they? And you wouldn't either, because your phone would be ringing off the hook.
Yeah.
So,
it has not been a fun week. That's for sure.
I guess. So on the board right now at the Andersons, what do you have?
Yeah, we have January corn at 380, March corn at 385, May corn at 415, new crop 24 corn at 410, January 25 at 427. We have January beans at $11.46, March beans at $11.56, new crop 24 beans at $11.17. We have January red wheat at $4.70, new crop 24 red wheat at $5.28, and new crop 24 white wheat at $5.78.
All right. Have a good one, Melinda. Thanks for talking.
You guys as well.
You bet. Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. Up next, we've got who?
We're going to head over to Oppenheimer and talk with Doug Klein.
I should have guessed. Market Report brought to you by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They're ready to go when Mother Nature decides to finally kick it in gear. Hopefully you've met with the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain and you've got your strategy figured out. You know, they've got a great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's that'll help you increase your yields. And of course, they're a Dairyland Seed headquarters as well. Serving you since 1983, Freeland Bean and Grain, where serving you is their business. Doug Klein, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I think we'll make it.
Good.
I think.
Well,
I'll be out in your neck of the woods tomorrow over in the Caro area.
well, we'll turn up the heat about 10 degrees for you.
Yeah, and bring the gas price down a little bit too.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, I don't know about that. They had the EIA numbers today, and the storage numbers were a larger draw than expected. So they got to run crude oil up $1 today. Not that matters, but it seems to be the thing nowadays when that EIA report comes out. You know, the guy that paid for it, he makes money running it up, then he makes money running it down, and we just get caught in the middle going, what happened? So.
And paying the bill.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, so Taiwan Semi came out with their earnings. They, just exploded up. So they hit a new high. AMD hit a new high. NVIDIA hit a new high. It's all about AI chips now. That's the only game in town. That's fueling a little bit of what's going on with the stock market, up 0.5% on the S&P and 1.25% on the NASDAQ. So I guess I would still call it a dead cat bounce, but we'll see. 3 days down, 1 day up. Like I said, we'll see. The jobs numbers came in today, and the continuing claims was lower than expected. So whatever that means, I guess I don't even know anymore. Here's your numbers. The March corn is 444, up 1 3/4. That hit a new low today at 436, I think. The July corn is 463, up a half a penny. March soybeans 1205 and a half, down a quarter of a penny, I should say. The July soybeans 1225 and a quarter, down 3 cents. The March wheat is 580 and a quarter, down 2 1/4. And July wheat 599 and a quarter, down 2 3/4. Crude oil 73.63, up $1.07. Heating oil 267.43, up 2 cents. Gasoline 215.84, up 2 1/4 cents. Kind of sort of should put us around 281. So we'll see if that holds. Natural gas is 242. That's down 7.5 cents. Over to currencies. Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3491 Canadian. That's down 14 ticks. The dollar buys 148.11 yen. That's down 4 ticks. The euro's at 108.65, down 16 ticks. The dollar's at 103.46, up 10 ticks. Gold's at $2,017.40, up $10.90. Silver's 22.81, up 14 1/4 cents. And platinum's at 908.50, up $90.
All right.
You go.
You have a good one.
You too.
All right. Talk to you later, Doug. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Coming up tomorrow, as we said, we're going to be broadcasting from Clearwater Farms for the Organic Expo. Folks at Star of the West invite farmers to come on out and take a look and see what's going on. And if you're going out there yet this afternoon, there are a few speakers that are going to be talking to folks, so might not be a bad idea. The folks at Star of the West also want to remind you that coming up next week, Wednesday, Art Lewis and myself, we will be at Zender's for Snowfest. And we usually, Jonathan, kick off Snowfest with a good old baking contest.
Oh, yes.
And we're going to do it again from Michigan Sugar, WSGW Radio, and Zender's of Frankenmuth. We'll have all things chocolate. Ooh. So the cold weather's got you down. Nothing warms you up better than a little bit of chocolate. Whether it's hot or cold or on cake or pie or whatever. It's amazing how many recipes. And, of course, winners are going to get sugar and also flour from Star of the West, Nightingale flour. So makes for a lot of fun. We hope you'll come out and have some fun with us. Again, that's next Wednesday in the warming tent at Zender's Snow Fest. I think this is 33 years. This year that they've been doing it.
I think I saw that number floating around too.
Yeah. So it'll be a lot of fun. When we return, who do we have?
We'll be talking with Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency right after this.
Hi, I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet in Vassar, and today I'm asking you to concentrate on 3 numbers, 226, 283, and 299. That's right, 226, 283, and 299. Those are 3 of this month's Chevy lease payments. The 226 payment is for the Equinox, the 283 payment is for the Blazer, and the Chevy Silverado Crew Cab is only $299. Do you realize how great these payments are? You could absolutely not have leased these vehicles 25 years ago for any less. These are incredible offers. That $299 a month lease payment is on a $54,000 Silverado. It's almost unbelievable. 226, 286, 299. Get out today to Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar.
Payments based on 24-month GMS lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. $27.65 on Equinox, $29.15 on Blazer, $30.22 on Silverado due at signing. Chevy, find new roads.
At Ellen's Equipment, your official New Holland dealer, we put our customers first. That's why we want you to join us for our Customer Appreciation Week at Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Beale City, and Ithaca. Join us at any of our locations January 22nd through 27th to experience the power and precision of New Holland equipment. And enjoy free coffee and donuts, fun giveaways, and great deals on the latest New Holland equipment. It's all at Ellen's Equipment, your official New Holland dealer in McBain, Ithaca, and Beale City. Visit ellensequipment.com or check us out on Facebook for more information on the fun and specials happening all week.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They're ready to help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by any of their locations and see how they can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more by dialing them up at frankenmuthcu.org. And the folks at Frankenmuth Credit Union, once again, are going to be hosting us as we continue our trek all around the area here. We mentioned to you tomorrow out in the Caro area. Next Tuesday, PC Ag Solutions is going to be having their farm event. That'll be at the Research Farm over in the Reese Richville area. We'll be broadcasting from there. And we mentioned Zenders. That's Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to be at the Crop Expo, the big crop summit, which is going to be at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
All over the place.
All over the
Wow.
place. So again, it's farm service on the road, presentation of the Frankenmuth Credit Union and a few other folks as well. So cruise along with us in the convenience of your car or wherever you are. Speaking of wherever you are, Jerry Samolsky, where are you right now?
Well, I'm in the office looking at the errant snowflake from time to time going by the window. So nice and warm.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to start to warm up just a little bit, but I'm sure you've got a plant or two that wouldn't mind being in dormancy this time of the year.
That's right, Terry. Plant of the week this week is Norway spruce. Norway spruce is a larger growing spruce that's not having the problems with the needle cast that the blue spruce are having. And so we like it a lot. It grows well. It grows rapidly, performs great screens. And there's dwarf varieties of it, columnar varieties, weeping varieties, a lot of different variation again within that family. But it's a great growing plant. Its primary branches tend to ascend and kind of arch upward. In many cases, the secondary branches will kind of weep off a little bit. So it's very graceful in its appearance. Great plant and functions well in multiple soils, and we like Norway spruce. Great plant.
Yeah, it is. Great plant. Now, did you have your event that you mentioned to us first part of the week?
We did. That was last night at Saginaw Bay Yacht Club, and we had about 100 people show up, and we talked about the new annuals, proven winter annuals that will be coming out, and our early order program. We have that because a lot of people end up looking all over for plants, a specific plant that they want to have, and they got to go, they're out or they don't look good or whatever. And so we place orders right now, and they're actually grown for them. They're grown for us, and we have them with your name on. We get them about May 20th, about the right time to plant, not early, not late. And it's a great program. If you're interested, just give us a call. We'll get you a catalog and get you moving.
Sounds good. Jerry, take care. We'll talk to you again next week.
Yes, sir, Terry. Have a good weekend.
You too. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. You know, Jonathan, there were a few folks that had power outage over the weekend when we were talking about that big storm.
Oh, yeah.
We had some generators running, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
A little bit of advice now from our friend Craig Voorhees at the Rummel Agency. Craig, tell us a little bit more about generators.
Well, good morning, fellas. Yeah, it was a popular topic of conversation during the storm and just after. Lots of folks asking if they put one of those automatic standby generators next to their house, is it covered? And the answer to that is yes, it's part of the house coverage. Or if you're on a farm and you have one attached to a different building, it is covered from the coverage that comes from the building. So you want to make sure that if you spend a lot of money on one of these, and you certainly can, that you adjust your building value to compensate for the cost of your generator. Sometimes that gets overlooked, and we don't want, it's never good when things are overlooked in our world.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks are really interested in getting one of those if they don't have one already. And that's good advice. I quite frankly never gave it any thought, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, they're hardwired into the building. So like a furnace in your home or a water heater, those items are covered from the building, and the same thing applies to the generator.
Craig Voorhees, always good to talk. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Sounds good, Terry. Thank you.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Let's get some advice right now on what we should be doing with our New York markets. Who do we have online?
We say good morning to Teresa DeBoe from Baird. Teresa, how are we doing today?
Good morning to you both. Well, we're a little up and a little down. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average down about 9 at 37,257, 294 million shares traded. On the flip side, the Nasdaq's doing well, up 171 at 15,026 with 409 million shares traded. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 279.70, up $1.07. Deere 377.58, down $1.07. CMS Energy 56.53, down 65. Dow at 52.38, down 9. DuPont 73.16, up 8. Corteva 44.39, down 45. General Motors 34.77, down 24. Trinzio 5.37, down 19. Walmart 161.40, up 33. Huntington Bank at 12.07, down 17. Independent Bank at 24.99, up 4 cents, and AT&T at 16.25, down 16.
Teresa, thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
You guys too. Take good care.
Will do. Farm Service been brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. And by Steiner Tractor, new parts for old tractors made easy. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. There's a new federal